Welcome everybody to my Aztec build order guide. These build orders will work for all three Aztec gods, but I'm gonna make a different one for Quetzalcoatl because he has cheaper Calpulli and cheaper upgrades. So these build orders that I'm about to show you work mostly for Tezcatlipoca and Huitzilopochtli. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but we'll carry on. Bit of a longer video because there's a lot of variations you can do in build orders because you can't always share the same resources with your Calpulli, and that gives you some different results. So without further ado, we're going to start with the doom scenario where you, let's say on this map you can share your wood with your hunt, but sometimes that's not possible, and sometimes well, if you really want to learn only one build order, one fits all, then you should just use this build order. Otherwise, stay tuned for more better build orders depending on the map. So, without further ado, we're gonna auto-queue villagers and put the rallying point to hunt. And make one Calpulli for food and one for wood. I'm just gonna put it over there. Let's pretend this fort doesn't exist. You can go scout. And now we're gonna make 2 additional villagers to hunt. Go to wood. And now 2 additional 2 gold. I'm gonna speed up a bit because this is not the most interesting part. Now 1 villager will make a house and then we'll go on to food. And then 4 more to food. And then once we have enough resources, we will make a temple with our 2 gold villagers. Two more. Be sure to kill these deer when they're close. Not the best temple placement, but you get the idea. Now, 2 more to gold. At that point you can procure your preferred minor god. And then once the final villager spawns, just force drop, and there we have an easy age up. You always want to add at least a few more to wood and also some to gold. So not 7. That's because these warrior priests are quite heavy on gold, so you can pick up some relics or do any kinds of shenanigans. But this is the opening. If you really only want to learn one build order, in case you play random god, just do this opening, and you can always use it on any map. So here we are on the same map, and like I mentioned in the previous build order, you can share your food and wood. Doing so will allow you to age up with 1 fewer Calpulli, which gives you the benefit of being able to get a livestock pen early, which gives you additional food. So we're gonna auto-queue peasants and put the rallying point towards our food. Make Calpulli close to wood and our food. And these 4 will all go onto food. And the first 3 from your town center will go onto wood. Okay, I'm not sure why it messed up over there. That's fine. Ignore that. So 3 onto wood. I'm just gonna tell this thing to auto scout. Fast forward here. Don't forget to get the livestock pen. Was a bit busy, but get it as soon as you the Calpulli is finished. And now you want to add 2 to gold. You won't be able to afford the second Calpulli right away, but you should be able to afford it before the villager drops off her first 10 gold. So now. And now we're gonna make a house and put it on food. And now 3 more to food. And now ideally you want to force drop the difference so you have an even number here. So wait until you have 8 in total. Then you add 2 more to gold. And once you have 150 wood and gold, you're gonna place down your temple. It's a bit slow there to click, but I had plenty of food, so be sure to click it as soon as you have it done. But as you can see, it works out really nice, and you want to, once again redistribute your villagers. I'm not going to get too far into that, but now we have this additional, as you can see, already 1 turkey spawned. So that's potentially 250 additional food you get from doing this build order over doing the other one, without any big disadvantage. So that's great and all, but you can't always share your food and wood. Sometimes your food is very isolated, but you can share your gold and wood, and then you cannot use this build order because you won't have any wood for the other Calpulli. So I'm gonna show you a modified build order when that happens. So here's a map where I can share my wood and gold. I could share my food and wood as well, but just pretend this forest doesn't exist. So the build order is basically the same. We're gonna put our first 4 villagers to food. And then put 3 on wood. The difference is that we're not gonna get the livestock pen right away, because we need the wood for the second Calpulli. And this is for when you can share your wood and gold, but also when you share your food and gold, and you need a separate one for your wood, then the build order is exactly the same. The point is that you have to delay your livestock pen just by a little to be able to afford the second Calpulli. Once again, 3 to wood. And then 2 to gold. Now, ideally you can force drop 5 wood to speed things up a little, but that's not strictly required. This way you can afford your livestock pen just a little bit earlier, but that's really nitpicking. In any case, now we're going to put 4 more to food. And make a house with your first one. Or the second one, doesn't really matter as long as you build it before you have 15. Once again, 8 till you have 8 in total, so exactly the same. Well, not exactly, almost the same. And then 2 more to gold. And once you have enough resources, make a temple with 2 gold villagers. Not sure why it was idle there, but 2 gold villagers. And then 8 shop. It should really work out nicely. So this is basically the same with the exception that you delay your livestock pen just a little bit in favor for an earlier second Calpulli. So, like I said, it's the same for sharing wood and food and gold, but there's still other scenarios. If you're able to share your food and gold, you can do the build order as I just showed you earlier, but you can also age up really fast and do some brushing shenanigans. The build order goes like this: 3 go to food, and 1 makes a Calpulli and will go on to gold. Then the first villager from your town center will go on to gold. And then 7 to food. And once again, once you have 150 wood and gold, you already start with 150 wood. Just make a temple with your 2 gold villagers.
Tezcatlipoca.
Almost there. Recur your preferred mana gods. And you can also do this on maps where you can lure the hunt. Just force drop and you're already aging up. So now you really want to... Well, you will need to add some on wood. And you can add some on gold. And you want to get some priest out. And you can do some shenanigans where you sacrifice 1 villager and do the souped up priest attack. Or you can use the Blood Pact on your myth unit, all sorts of fun stuff. But like I mentioned, you can also do this on any map with lurable hunts. You just drop 1 Calpulli on gold and put the rest on food. And you should be good to go. But you can also do other stuff with maps where lurable hunt. And that's where our next chapter will go. Do not endorse this, but as you can imagine, you just use this. And now you have your souped up thing, and you can just use this one on this guy. And that's pretty strong at 3 minutes and 15 seconds potentially. So let's go to the next one. So here I have a map where I have lurable hunt, but I cannot share my wood and gold. So I'm gonna do the following build order. Put the rallying point towards wood, but grab 1 villager to lure the hunt and make a Calpulli with your remaining 3 villagers. Then lure the hunt and add 3 more villagers to food. And grab the lumber outpost right away. And after you have 4 on foot, we're gonna add 1 to gold and move 1 from wood to gold as soon as we're able to afford the second Calpulli. Around now. And now we're just gonna add villagers until we have 11 on foot. 11 on total. Last one can go straight to gold. We don't really need it. One of our food villagers will make a house. And once again, once we have 150 wood and gold, we're gonna make a temple with our gold villagers.
Tezcatlipoca.
At this point you can pick your preferred minor god. Then just force drop as soon as the last villager goes. And there we have it, an early lumber outpost, and you should be close towards getting a craft workshop as well. So that's nice that you have both outposts ready at the start of the game. So that's an advantage of the lurable hunt and a situation where I don't think it's worth making a Calpulli over here and getting a livestock pen. I think it's better to have your town center help with killing these aurochs. But if you can share your wood and gold, there's something else you can do, and that's what I'm gonna show you right now. But what if you have lurable hunt and you can share your wood and gold? Then I would recommend a build order that opens with the craftsman's workshop that allows you to convert some wood to gold, because wood is there's usually plenty of wood and gold is rather scarce, so that's pretty good in my opinion. So without further ado, we're gonna make a Calpulli with 3 villagers, and with one of these I'm gonna lure the hunt. And then one of these will go onto gold and 2 will go onto wood and get the craftsman's workshop. Now I'm gonna add 3 more to food, so until we have 4 in total. And just gonna put this thing in auto scout so you can focus on this. 1 more. And the next one will make a house and will go onto wood. And now we're gonna add a bunch more on food. And just make a temple with, I think you can build it with 1, but I usually build it with 2 just to be sure. I have 11 now, so 4 more to go. And I can already start building my temple, so 1 should be enough. I was a bit late, I have too much gold, so I'm gonna help it with the gold villager here. It doesn't really matter. And the last village can go straight to gold. You don't really need it to gather food, because you want to age up at that point. And you can just do the seek shelter slightly earlier. You should have plenty of food for the age up. It isn't that tight. As you can see, I'm already floating 41 additional food. So that's the opening with with the craftsman workshop. If you paid attention, the gold income was rather strange, but that's because a part of this wood was being converted to gold, and that's why the build order is slightly different, because you need to gather more wood. But anyway, here's another different one that allows you to, that works really well on Ghost Lake, that has 2 scouts. So here we are on the same map, and let's say you're on Ghost Lake. Usually there are a lot of goats on this map to be scouted, and recently they changed the population of your scout from 2 to 1, so that gives us the opportunity to do a fun build order like this. We're gonna open with an additional scout and then auto-queue peasants. And 2 will make a Calpulli. And then we're gonna add 2 of our starting villagers on foot, and then we just add villagers to foot. That's it. 1 of the Calpulli villagers will go onto gold and 1 onto wood. If you want to optimize it, you want to force drop when you have 5 gold, so it's an even number. And that's basically the build. You can now start scouting with your 2 scouts. I'm just gonna put them on auto scout because I'm lazy and I want to show what's going on over here. So draw some additional board. And once you have 150 wood, the wood villager will go to gold as well. There we go. Fast forward a bit because this video is getting quite long. Or some more. So make your temple with 2 gold villagers as soon as you have the gold. And as you can see, I've scouted most of the map, and these scouts aren't very efficient. So if you do these manually, you should have scouted most of the map by the time you're aging up, and you'll have plenty of goats. Let's do normal speed for a second, and just force drop, but don't do it too early. There you have it, easy age up. You want to add a bunch to wood, because you'll need a house as soon as possible. And yeah, pretty easy build order, and I think a pretty fun alternative, because it does allow you to scout a bunch. So maybe also in maps where you just want to age up fast. I mean, you can do this on any build order where you only need one Calpulli to age up, and you can also do this with one scout. If you just want to age up fast, just skip the first scout, do the same build order, and you will have one additional villager, and you'll age up slightly later, but still with a good economy. Making the scout cost one population really helps in terms of yeah, making build orders easier, because now you can age up with 14 villages without making an additional house. It makes it makes life so much easier for everyone. As you can see, 3:37 is the ideal time, usually 1 or 2 seconds later, but that's fine. So if you'd like to see more content like this, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys the next time. Cheers!